What happened after 913 was basically Kaido versus Luffy. It lasted like two episodes. 914 it started, 915 it ended, and as you know, it ended with a single blow. It was kind of over animated, I would say, which is not unusual. It happened before. I think in the manga it is shorter, or at least this turned into like a Dragon Ball Z type of animation because Luffy was like glowing red all over, which was a little bit exaggerated. If it is Haki was never shown with a constant glow like this before. I think it was just an over animation. As you know, the style is a bit different in these one arc, but even still, it was like quite inconsistent with how Luffy got angry before. Luffy fought against Don Flamingo or against the one of those sweet generals and even Katakuri before. He didn't really glow like this. I think it was over animation. In any way, the entire fight was about Luffy, how Luffy could land hits and Kaido basically just fall, and that was pretty much it. Somebody said that Kaido wanted to, always die, and therefore he wanted to maybe see if Luffy could hurt him or kill him. Uh, Probably that might be a reason, but on the other hand, he was just drunk. He might not be even thinking much. So basically, Kaido one-shot Luffy, which I think is something to do with how strong Kaido's both physique but also haki is. So I think we knew how when Luffy punched or tried to uh, hit Big Mom, he was the one who got hurt kind of, and this was in a kind like that. Kaido was not using haki at least visibly when Luffy was punching him. He was just using his dragon form, or he just is basically heavy, right? Even in his human form. So then when he punched it, he punched with that heaviness, but I think he also punched with this, with the haki. Um, and then Luffy became prisoner. So it is kind of has similarities to the um, Whole Cake Island arc. Luffy got prisoner there as well after fighting against Minnie. Here he just got one shot by Kaido and became prisoner. And what's going to happen is now, and what's happening right now is that he found Kid there. There are other some prisoners there, and prisoners are noticing how strong he is. He's going to basically um, cause all these prisoners to follow him. So then it is something like Impel Down, where other prisoners were following him, or were actually following kind of like Buggy, but kind of indirectly following him. So he's going to then, in fact, that was the title, I think, Revolt. He's going to revolt in the prison, that working camp. It's not entirely prison, it's a working camp, labor camp. And what happened, I noticed, is that the Luffy's members, they were not worried about. Like, there is this news that Raizo brings that tells that Luffy has been imprisoned. Actually, they're not necessarily Luffy. Well, there was Carrot there. There was the Dogstorm, Duke Dogstorm. So he arrived at this apparently land of Wano. They are trying to recruit this pink guy. Again, forgot his name. Um, so this is now act based. The first act ended, second act started. There seemed to be some sort of a time lapse in between those two arcs that they don't even show. Normally, in this anime, like everything is shown in details with lot of empty time. But here, when the first arc finished and the second arc started, several days have passed, and we didn't actually follow those several days, which is very interesting, because you could pull several episodes for almost several days, right? And One Piece has to have some fillers. It's not trying to catch up to the manga. So I was surprised that at the end of Act 1, Luffy was imprisoned, and now in Act 2, he pretty much recovered because several days have passed. He worked and he ate now. He's teaming up with Law, not with Law, with the kid, Captain Kid. Um, and and that pink guy is has fought against Duke Dogstorm and saying that um, he doesn't want to join them, right? He's kind of depressed, I guess. Um, yeah, I was surprised that they actually are not covering those few days. Not that they have to, but it's unique that they simply skip a, a story part like this, or some part that could have been a story in itself. Like, what did Kid and Luffy tell to each other when they first saw each other? Or how did now Sanji turned into this cook that every female wants to eat from his, what's it called? Udon or ramen? One of those. Um, yeah, so I think I can see the direction that this is going to follow. Luffy and Kid, they're probably gonna do some prison break somehow. They have to get rid of their shackles. And what I see is that even though they should be drained by their power, which is what actually Kid said, they are strong enough to carry all those large stone um, pieces, and they are quite strong. Is it like they are now strong enough to resist the sea prison storm? Because as far as I know, Luffy was never imprisoned or never had sea prison stone cuff on himself for a long time. He was cuffed by it, I think, or was touched by it, and it was only brief, not for a long time. So he's now living handcuffed to sea prison stone for a long time. Can you adapt to that? Which I do believe you can. Luffy would be completely powerless normally whenever he touches Sea Prism Stone. And he probably was when he was first handcuffed. He was defeated by Kaido, so he was powerless. But now I think several days have passed, and he can lift stones and run like that, and he and Kid just teamed up to beat a um, headliner, Vice Warden. So I believe he's used to it. But is he like powering up like that? Can you maybe grow your haki by being cuffed to Sea Prism Stone and you just get used to it? We don't actually know how exactly Sea Prism Stone works against Devil Fruits. We don't actually know, as far as I know, why is it cancelling out all the Devil Fruit power. It would be interesting if there's a connection between haki and Sea Prism Stone. Because we have seen also Marshall D teach apparently um, that shadow guy Moria is alive. He wanted to claim Absalom, but Absalom is killed, and now they have taken Shiryu has taken Absalom's devil fruit. Um, and Marshall D teach, he's a Yonko. We now know his bounty. It's quite high. Um, it's 2 billion, 200 and something million. Though, if you think about it, Luffy is like 1.5 billion. So Luffy himself is in the now billion. It's not like it matters now a lot how much more Marshall D teaches, which is 700 million more, but it's not that much anymore. In terms of fold difference, not even a twofold higher bounty. But anyway, Marshall D teach, he has two devil fruit powers and he's OP. But can you imagine if somehow Haki can just cancel out, shut down Devil Fruit? Probably we would have seen something like that, but I still wonder if there is some sort of connection. Or can Haki overcome Devil Fruit powers maybe? maybe is Luffy and Kid, are they what they're doing? Because Kaido said, oh, Luffy is using uh, color of the Supreme King, and Kid uses it too, and we don't need that many Supreme Kings or something like that, conquerors around here, he said. I'm pretty sure Kaido uses it a lot. Um, anyway, yeah. So I can see kind of direction for the prison break and such. I don't know how else is going to play out, but I think what they're going to do it all. There's going to be an arms deal, so they are going to steal those arms, and they are probably going to redistribute to these now people who are against Kaido, because there was brought up the question of how or when are we going to get arms. When arms, they are mentioning not firearms, but I think they are simply regular swords and such, because apparently sword usage and such is banned in Kaido, in the land of Wano. Anyway, we'll see about that. Um, so yeah, we'll see how this art style will turn out in later fights. Are they going to pull Dragon Ball Z like that, or Dragon Ball like that, when Luffy's gonna go into Super Saiyan? We'll see.